also mentioned that there is a purpose place. It's not random event, but there is a proper law. The law implies there is a lawmaker. Yes. So even in this world, there is a precise law which is governing this whole world. And that is called as law of Rama. So as you sow, so shall you reap. So if you are going to sow the seed of mango, then you will get mango fruit. Correct? If you are going to sow the seed of neem, then you will get neem bitter fruit. So these are based on what you are going to sow, you are going to reap accordingly. So your action now is going to define your future. So that's what. So in the court also, some people are punished and some people are awarded also. So it's based on their actions. It's not randomly given any judgment. Okay. So he's not partial. So what is that law? So here Krishna, in Bhagavatam, this verse comes. We all can recite after me. Karmana daiva netrena danturdehopapatte Riya pravishta udaram Umsuretah kanashrayah. So this verse, what it says, yeah, can someone read this loudly?
Under the supervision of the Supreme Lord and according to the result of his work, the living entity, the soul, is given a particular type of body.
Yes. So, under the supervision of the Supreme Lord, Karmana Daiva Netrena. So, there is a supervision is there upon us for each and every activity. Hmm? Each and every activity is noted, counted, and we have to pay for it. Good way or bad way. So sometimes some sinful activity somebody will perform, sometimes they will perform pious activity. And for each and every activity, there is a reaction. And according to that, the living entity, the soul is given particular type of body. That's what this verse is. Okay. Anyway, so this concept we already know, so we'll rush ahead. So as a soul, we were in the spiritual world and we came to this material world. And then with all our different desires and performing different actions, we are getting so many reactions and suffering in this material world into 84 lakh species based on our action. And second thing, desire. So desire and karma. So karma, whatever actions that we have performed in the life and the unfulfilled desires at the time of death is going to define our future. Okay. And then person is suffering in this material world. Okay. But all this activity which we are performing, somebody is always all the time watching. Who is that? Paramatma. Very good. Yes. So Paramatma is witnessing everywhere. So the Lord is seated in our heart as the Paramatma. He is witnessing everything. So somebody may say, oh, I'm secretly doing. Nobody watched. Somebody may say, I secretly stole the money and nobody watched. I escaped. You can escape from the police. But you cannot escape from the laws of nature. You cannot escape from Supreme Lord. He is watching everything. And for every activity, one is going to be accountable for that. And he has to be punished for that. Okay, recite this. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam yajachante kalevaram Amtamevaiti kaunteya Tata tadbhava bhavitaha. Read.
Whatever state of being one remembered, when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail.
Yes. So you see, in human form of life, so we have got some little developed intelligence to discriminate and lead a responsible life, which is not so much available for animal. Correct? There's something speciality of the human being. Therefore, one has to work on this. Human life is given to lead a responsible life, practice Krishna consciousness, go back to Godhead. But when a person forgets Supreme Lord, then he engages into so many different activities. Sometimes pious, sometimes sinful. And for different sinful activities, there are different punishments. So, like for example, you see here. So these are mainly four sinful activities. No, so illicit sex, nudity, gambling, and intoxication. And for each, there are different punishment. And like that in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned fifth canto, where different types of hellish parents are mentioned. Where if you like suppose there is one type of punishment where you will be thrown inside the river. The river is made of pus, blood, mucus, urine, stool, bones, skull. All these things are flowing inside that river, and you are thrown inside. You are drowning. Something is going inside. Something they are vomiting out. All these things, and on the top of that, so many worms are there and they're biting. So this kind of, and he cannot get out also because the wave is so fast that he is like tossed up and down. So this kind of punishment, like that, there are so many punishments are mentioned for different sinful activities. Okay, I don't want to make it fearful. So one, but yes, for every action, so then there is a reaction. And when we degrade to the lower life forms, so human form of life, we are not utilized properly. So he is getting into meditating, he is getting into illicit sex. Then okay, then they will say, okay, you want to do illicit sex, but better become down. For dog, there is no law. Hmm? So like that. In the same way, you eating anything and everything, then pig there is no discrimination. It eats anything. Correct? Stool. Like that. So that's how based on our action, one is given reaction. And for sinful activity, those who are performing sinful activity, the reaction comes in these five different ways. Shastra says those who are heavily sinful, so then these are the symptoms. Hmm? In the past life, they have performed a lot of sinful activity. So chronic disease or a lot of legal implication, or they're born in a very low and degraded family. Fourth, they're very uneducated, and fifth, very ugly, like that. So, but then again, the question comes. These are five things that the simple people suffer. So, of course, we all have done punya. That's why you all got good education. You are sitting here. You are chairing the association of devotees. You are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then you are trying to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So, you all have done good. So, so these are certain things which one has to do. So, all of you know ABCD, right? ABCD, Association of Devotees. B for book reading. C for chanting, and D for right. So these are something which are recommended and very important. Avoid sinful activity and perform spiritual activity. So then what happens when we perform spiritual activity, we will elevate. We perform impious activity, sinful activity, we degrade. This is law of karma. Law of karma, you do good, you elevate. You do bad, you do sinful, then you go down. Now the question is, yes, our past action have created our present destiny. Understood? Okay. And our present action will determine our future destiny. Okay. Correct? This must be understood. So one is destined to become rich, poor. This all based on our past. Okay. Now the question is everything in our life is destined? Like for example, now I become angry and then I slap this person. No, it was destiny. Now you don't blame me. It was destiny. I had to slap you. Correct? Somebody may say like that. So don't no again you. So is it that everything in our life is destined? Then what is destined and what is not destined? Yes? Okay. Okay. Little more, would someone like to elaborate? Yes?
Choices, not destiny. Choices. Whatever we can do, what the result might exactly achieve, that is destiny.
Okay. So he is telling the result is destined. But what is not destined then?
Choices
Okay, the choice is in our hand. So that means there is something called as free will. Another thing is called as a destiny. Okay, free will means swechha. That means the choice that you make, the desire that you create, and your choice of how to act. How to act is in your hand. But after acting, the consequences of that action is not in your hand. You understand? Let me see here. How we will use, like for example, based on our past reaction, past karma. One will be born in a very rich family. Yes, okay. That was his destiny to be born in a rich family. But how he will use money, that is not destiny. Now he can use that money for drinking, smoking, or he can use that amount to come for Kharagpur and go to Mayapur camp. He has a choice, correct? He can use that money and purchase Bhagavad Gita, or he can use that money and do something wrong. So that choice is with him. So how we will use all resources gifted to us in this life, so that is not destined. Like for example, even Nalakuver Manigri, they were born in a very rich family, correct? I mean, I think you all may not be knowing that story. So, so Kuvera is a treasurer of demigod, and Kuvera's son Nalakuver and Manigri. So they were very fabulously rich. So much of wealth, so much of opulence, and everything was there. But then they misused. And because they misused, and then they disrespected Narada Muni, what happened to them? Their destiny, they happened to become tree in Vrindavan. Therefore, okay, based on your previous thing, you are destined to take birth in a very rich family. But then how do you use the resources that you have received based on your past karma? That is your choice now. That is in your hand. Okay. So it is like, uh, so this is what the two types of philosophies. So some people say, okay, bro, so everything is going to be destined. No? So then why I have to study? I will get good mark. If I am destined, I will pass. Correct or not? Based on the destiny, past destiny is there. So based on destiny, I will pass. So why should, and there are other type of people, eh? We don't believe in destiny and all this. Work hard, and then you will get. So which one is true? You understand? Karmavad. Karmavad means mainly this Western philosophy where work hard and you will get it. You can do it. Hmm? They will give a lot of motivational speeches and then they'll inspire. You can achieve anything. You should have only desire, strong desire, and you can do it. Like that. So this kind of thing. And there are other type of people, especially in India. You have seen, you have heard sometimes. Yeah, whatever has to happen will happen. Okay, what can we do? It's not in our hand. Something has to happen, will come. Who can change the destiny? Correct? You have heard this kind of saying? Like that. So which one is correct now? Karmavad or Daivavad? Hmm? Okay, some are telling both are wrong. How many of you think Karmavad is correct? Daivavad, both are correct. Both are wrong. And others, they're confused. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so it's not neither karmavad nor daivavad. It's like you see, you are plowing the field. Just because you plow the field and you put the seed, can you guarantee the crop will come? No guarantee, right? Why? Hmm? Yes. Yeah, you have to depend on the rain. Now, can you control on the rain? That is your destiny. Whether rain will come or not is your destiny. If it is in your destiny, it is there, it will come. Not there, it may not come. Correct? So there is an endeavor from your side, and there is the destiny which is there. Now imagine, okay, anyway, whatever destiny, so if in my destiny it is going to be there, so I will simply sit and rain will come. I will not do plowing, I will not put the seed. Crop, again, will you get crop? No. So there is a combination of both. You have to make effort and then there is a destiny also. And it will yield the result. So combination of both. You have to work. At the same time, then whatever is allocated to you, so that whatever is there in your quota will manifest when you perform some endeavor also. For some things, not for everything, for some things. Now there are certain things which even you don't want, still it will come. For example, I was having disease, I mean fever a few days back. I never asked for it, correct? But it came. And similarly, Prahlad Maharaj says, in this material world, just like suffering comes without any invitation and without even desiring for, because it was destined for you. Similarly, even material happiness will come in your life without asking for, because it is destined. There is a very nice story I heard once. What happened? One boy, so he climbed on the top of the hill there, and below there was a river, and the river there were some Rajkumari queen princess. So she along with so many other her friends, so they were playing in the river there, and suddenly a crocodile came in front and opened the big mouth like this, about to come and devour that princess. What happened was, from the top, that boy who was there, so he fell on the, no, he jumped from the top and he fell on that, exactly on the crocodile only. And then crocodile, it became fearful and it went away. And this, no, Rajkumari, she got saved and she came and all other girls who were there, they were watching. Oh, he saved our princess. And this news, it went to the king. And king became so happy. And then he called that boy, who is that boy? Call him, call him. And then he said that, hey, you saved my daughter's life. So I want to give my daughter's hand to you. Please marry my daughter. And see, I don't have any successor also. I don't have any other son. And this big kingdom is there. So you take this kingdom. And you rule this kingdom. And he was thinking, Hare, all these things. Actually, what happened was, he was so frustrated in his life, he went about to commit suicide. So he actually committed suicide. But he happened to save, he happened to save the life of a queen, Rajkumari. And then all these further things was arranged for him. So he got a kingdom. It was destined for him. Even though he didn't desire for it, it came for him. So material happiness and material pain will come, whether we aspire for or not. Some way or the other way, it will come in our life. Okay, so destiny determines the consequences of our actions. Here this statement, it says that actually once so Vidura went to Dhritarashtra, "Arey, why are you fighting? You see, so much bloodshed will happen. Forget about all these things. Let us settle down the matter. Kauravas, Pandavas, like that." But Dhritarashtra, he was attached. Was attached to Duryodhana. And he couldn't say anything to Duryodhana. So what he was telling, he was giving nice philosophy to Vidura. See, my dear brother, everything is happening by the will of the Lord. Not even a blade of grass can move without the sanction of the Lord. See, so everything is destined according to the karma which person is committing. So whatever has to happen will happen only. So why to worry so much? Let us get it flow into the whatever situation, circumstances that are happening. So he discarded the opinion of Vidura. Vidura is telling to make peace. But he is telling, Dhritarashtra is saying, whatever has to happen will happen only. Ultimately, Lord sanction, so like that. So here Vidura is telling that no, it's not like that. Destiny determines the consequences of our actions, not our actions themselves. Now, to fight or not is your choice. That is your choice, which you can make now. And the consequences will come. That is not in your hand. So that's what Vidura was saying. If you start Duryodhan, then it can be worked out. So here the question is now, you see, this example we already discussed. The combination determines the result. Now you see, if you take a race, you put a race, like the Luna. You understand Luna? TVS vehicle without gear, that small. And then there is a Maruti, and there is a Benz. So what do you think? Can ever Luna win against Mercedes-Benz car by any amount of endeavor? Because people say hard work, do hard work. One day you will become successful. Now you sit on the Luna and do hard work. Whole life you can do hard work. Can you anytime win against Mercedes-Benz? So is really hard work a solution? Is it the only thing? Is it the only factor that will determine our result? When people say hard work, hard work. You sit on the Luna and do hard work whole life. Still you will never win against the Mercedes-Benz car. So similarly, actually our material body also, whatever we have got also in our life, we should know. So that is all. Also we have got certain limitations, certain advantages. So Luna has got certain limitations, certain advantages. Similarly, Mercedes has got certain limitations, certain advantage. Tractor has got certain limitations, certain advantage, which a car may not do, but tractor may be able to do. So our material body is also accordingly divided. And you see, this is very important for us to understand. Many times we start competing with the people on external parameter, and we try to copy the person. And we feel insecurity when someone else is becoming so successful or famous, and I am not able to become. And then we try to copy that person. Like you see, even in the college also so much happens like that. And when intermediate time also, people so much competition, getting to IIT. And then you see that one of your friends actually got, but you landed up in local college. How much it is painful to digest that result, isn't it? And then we start comparing, and then we start feeling so sad, like that. So this kind of situations will come. See, we have to understand each one of us have got certain limitation. So that person has got that level of intelligence by which you could crack the exam. And you tried your best. You tried your best, and then you got the result. Whatever you are destined for, you got the result. And you won't even be happy to accept whatever result. You will never complain, you will never blame. Okay, you will try his best. You will put his effort. Right. So, okay, can someone read this loudly?
Srila Prabhupada, we see so many men working so hard. Does this mean that every one of them will become a Ford or Rockefeller? Why not? Everyone is trying his best, but Mr. Ford was destined to become a rich man. His destiny was there, and so he became a rich man. You cannot change your destiny simply by working hard like asses and dogs. No, but you can utilize your special human energy for improving your Krishna consciousness.
Yes. So he's telling that, see, some people, like, no, right from beginning, so they, because it comes from the past life. Like some people are very expert. I see some students when they come, na, they see kartal, they take in their hand, they start practicing and they learn. Very quickly they will learn. All, kartal, mridangam, singing, And there are others who will struggle. Hmm. They even can't understand that musical sense. So this is all coming from the past, like that. So Prabhupada here he is telling that no matter how much effort you put, now that Ford he has to become millionaire. Rockefeller is also another millionaire. So he is a rich man. But then there are so many other people who are doing hard work, correct? Laborers outside, more hard work than them also. But then their income is hardly something, correct? So you cannot change your destiny simply by working hard like asses and dogs. That's what Prabhupada is trying to tell. Hard work, just by hard work, you cannot change your destiny. But then Prabhupada is telling something very, very important here. You can utilize your special human energy for improving your Krishna consciousness. See, that energy which I am putting to change my material destiny, instead of putting that hard work there, I can utilize the same energy in spiritual activities and I can get the result. I can change my destiny also. If you shift that energy from that material hard work to spiritual Krishna conscious activity. Suppose. Read. Okay. So here Prabhupada is telling one example is giving. See, there was a PhD. He knows one person who is a PhD scholar. So great intelligent no, scholar. But what happened? So he had his manufacturing soap company, but personally he has to go on cycle and sell that soap every day. So practically he was leading a life of coolies. On the other side, there is an uneducated, illiterated person. Prabhupada says in one of the class also, Anguta Chap. Understand Anguta Chap means he cannot do his signature also. For signature, then he will put his thumb. But he is owner, proprietor of crores of properties. And those PhD scholars are working under him in his business. So illiterate person is on the top and IIT PhD scholar are working under the illiterate person as a salary basis person, no job. So this is all destiny. Okay. So you read Prabhupada emphasized, underline.
Prabhupada emphasized that therefore one should not make much endeavor for economic advancement because whatever one is due, either success or failure, is already decided. Getting a PhD will not change that. One should simply try to become Krishna conscious.
See, this is a very evolutionary point. Okay. So the people will object it. Sometimes initially when we study, what is this? Like that. So it is not that one should not go to job or not that one should not study, not that one should not go to college or something like that. It means that see, do your duty, and every duty can be given proper amount of time. But over endeavor is what is condemned. Prayas is condemned. So you put your effort, and then there should be proper time allotted for our Krishna conscious purposes also. Sometimes what happens? People in order to achieve result, then they'll keep aside, Prabhu, now this is coming, that is coming, so now I cannot chant. Sometimes students will say, oh, no, exam is coming, so I will stop chanting. Now I will start chanting again after exam comes. So Prabhupada is telling here, yes, you study. Studying is not wrong. You can study. But then you give proper amount of time and give proper amount of time for Krishna consciousness also. Because no matter how much you study, whatever the result is there according to the destiny, that is only going to come. You are understanding? So you may study for 8 hours, you may study for 12 hours, or you may study for 16 hours. There is some destiny which is there for you. And that is only going to come. Sometimes it happens that you didn't study anything. You studied only 2 questions or 3 questions, Exactly, that only came in the exam. And sometimes the devotee says, no, Krishna's mercy. No, what I studied only came in the exam. And sometimes it happens that you studied everything and one thing you didn't study. And exactly that only will come in the exam also. Who decides all these things? You studied, no, 15 hours. But that one point you didn't study. And you lost mark for that. So there is the destiny is there. We have to understand. So Prabhupada is telling one should not make much endeavor. See, some endeavor is there. Prabhupada is not telling don't make any endeavor. He is telling one should not make much endeavor for economic advancement. Because whatever one is due, either success or failure is already decided. So one should simply try to save that energy. Save that energy and try to become Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he runs the rat race, and one will end up becoming. Okay, read. So he's telling you give the pig halwa and stool. What it will eat? No? So that's how he is destined to eat that. Hmm? So even if you give halwa, it will not eat. So once what happened, Bangalore, so called as the air conditioned city, very nice weather. So here we have a lot of devotees are struggling with the weather. But in Bangalore, so they decided there is one area, a slum area. So they decided that we want to remove the slums. So government decided that we'll construct flats and we'll shift all the slum people into that flat and remove the slum area so that the standard of living can be increased of the people. So what happened? So government did this and they happily went into that flat. Next day they came out, went back again to the same slum. Government got the we gave them the flat. Again, why are they staying here? And later, the government realized what they did, they rented it to someone else. We are happy in the slums, and they rented it so that some income will come. So you see here, so then that leader, that person, that politician, he said that, "Arey, we cannot change the standard of living, no matter what we can do." So you see, this is called as destiny. Even if you give them apartment, they are destined to stay in the slum area. Therefore, you can't change much from the material point of view. What is destined for a person, he gets that. Yeah. Okay. Now, but there is something very, very important. See, this is another very important point. Okay, the pain and the pleasure which comes in the life of a person is a destiny. But what exactly is destiny? So here you will understand. So quantum of pleasure and pain is prefixed at birth. What it means? The quantity of pleasure and the quantity of pain is what is fixed. How it will come may be vary, may vary. But the amount of the pain and the amount of suffering, that pleasure and suffering, so that is fixed. Now it may come in different way also. It may come by somebody slap or we hit to the door, whatever it is. But that pain will come. Okay, read.
Destiny allows only a certain amount of material happiness in this world, and our efforts should therefore be directed towards self realization. Nobody is enjoying uninterrupted material happiness. That is not possible. Just as you cannot check your dis- distressing condition of life, similarly, you cannot check your happy condition of life. It will come automatically. Therefore, Don't waste your time with these things. Better you utilize your energy for advancing in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah. You see, generally people think material pleasure is a very tangible pleasure. Others are getting it. I can also get it, and I will also enjoy it. So this kind of comparison we do. We want to enjoy, but actually sometimes you may see a rich man with a very beautiful girl by the side, walking, going, and boy may desire that "Hey, I also want to become like him, rich, and then having a girl beside. So, but you don't know how the person may be suffering. Rockefeller Prabhupada quoted, no, before rich millionaire. He is the rich, very millionaire. But he was suffering with such a chronic disease. With all that money, he cannot eat anything except some liquid soup. That's all. So he wants to eat, nice chapati or sabji, paneer sabji, or devotees are making halwa. He cannot eat. So then what you will do with that all wealth? You may have wealth, but what do you do with that? So therefore we only see one side of the story, but the other side of the story we don't know. The person is suffering on material platform, nobody can be happy, and therefore one should not so much compare on the material platform. So Prabhupada is telling, don't waste your time with these things. Better you utilize your energy for advancing in Krishna consciousness. Okay. Read.
Sometimes people who have moved from the earth plus life path. They think this is progress. But in the belief system of civilization, one thinks about how much is advanced self-realization. He may live in a hut and become very advanced self-realization. But if he wastes his time turning this hut into a skyscraper, then his whole life is finished. And in his next life, he is going to be a dog, although he does not. That's all.
Like that. So you see, sometimes in the city, in a 2 BHK flat also you want to purchase 50, 60 lakh rupees you have to spend to get that. And then they don't have money, they take a loan, and then pay EMI year after year after year, and then whole life goes into that, and they become attached to that place, and then they die. Because they're attached to that place, then Prabhupada says there is a chance that they may become a rat in that same house. So what gain you got of so much of hard work and so much of efforts behind that house to become a rat in that house? So, so is this really a gain? One has to really understand. So you see, material destiny cannot be appreciably changed. Maybe little bit here and there you may work out, but you can't change much from material point of view. But spiritual progress cannot be checked. This is something very important for us to understand. Spiritual progress, everybody has chance to progress. Material progress, see this graph, material progress. So first birth, okay, you may go on progressing, 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 progressing. At the time of death, what happens? Again, zero. So one may be a very big PhD scholar. Okay. But next life, can he carry the degree? Can he say, hey, I'm scholar? No. Again, you have to learn. Hey, for this he has to learn. So you see, all the progress, everything is gone, but the spiritual progress is something very amazing. See, material progress, no, unless and until you are 100% completing it, you will not get the result. For example, all of us studying engineering. Suppose 40 subjects you have to clear throughout the 4 years. Even if like all other 40 subjects who scored very nicely, but one subject suppose you fail, will you get degree? No, gone. That whole year is gone. The 1 year again you have to wait. Correct? But on the other side, spiritual progress, even if you fail in spiritual endeavor, you can go back to one. The proof is Jatayu. You all know story of Jatayu, right? When Jatayu, when Ravana was going and he was, kidnapping Mother Sita, Jatayu saw and Jatayu wanted to help. And he knew he's not so powerful, but still he tried his best. And then with his wing, somehow, actually he slapped Ravana with his wing. Ravana understood, "Hey, it's not ordinary bird, very powerful, like that. So he was coming slapping from here, and again coming slapping from here. Ravana understood, hey, he's not ordinary. Then he took out the sword. Next time when Jatayu came, he cut the wing, one wing. Still he didn't give up, Jatayu. With one wing, he trying to go and attack Ravana. And then Ravana, no, even cut the other wing also. Jatayu was finally, he fell down and he died. And could he, now what was his purpose? To save Mother Sita. Was he really successful? Materially, you see, he was a failure. He was not successful in his attempt. But spiritually, he was successful. He pleased the Supreme Lord. Whatever his ability he had, he tried his best. He gave his best. And that is what Krishna says. Krishna is not seeing the result. Krishna is seeing your efforts. Am I putting my best effort? So initially we are coming here. So Krishna is saying, okay, how sincerely? So these boys, they are getting up early in the morning. They don't have habit. Previously they are getting up at 8 o'clock in the college. I remember when I was in the college long back, college is at 8 o'clock. So then all the roommates will get up at 7:45. 15 minutes before. How they go? Okay, face wash, and then put some spray, and then here we put some gel or something, and that's all. Yeah. And that's how they used to go. So now Krishna is saying, "Hey, all these students who used to get so late, get up so late, now they're coming at no 5:30, some are coming even before. So he's not asking, hey, you are not coming at 4 o'clock. That means no, I don't give you mercy. No. Okay, am I trying my best to practice Krishna consciousness? Krishna sees that. And then amazing thing is that Krishna also gives us, increases our capacity when we do sincerely. So if we are getting up at 5:15, so Krishna will give us capacity for 5 o'clock also, if we are sincere. And then he will give us capacity for 4:30 also, if we are sincere. He will give us further capacity to get up at 4 o'clock also, if we are sincere. So, spiritual progress is irrespective of the situations. It's all our inside desire. And how much, with sincerity I am putting my efforts to Krishna. Yes, so many. Vajendra, Dhruva Maharaj, all have progressed in Krishna consciousness at different stages. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, by material efforts, material destiny cannot be changed appreciably. By spiritual progress, even material destiny can be changed. And this is something very, very important. If you make spiritual progress, your material destiny can also be changed. And that is what he was telling. Somebody said, no, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Who was saying? Yeah. So this point comes here. See, from material point of view, trying to change your material destiny, not you can't do so much. But if you become a devotee, and by spiritual progress, there is a chance that even material destiny can be changed. Like for example, now I gave you initially example of a Luna. No matter how much hard work you do, can Luna ever win against Mercedes Benz? But there is one possibility. When there is a possibility, imagine there is one helicopter comes and picks up Luna and takes it in the air and then takes it ahead to Mercedes Benz car. It's possible? Possible. Haribol. So that helicopter is like Krishna's mercy for us. So we may be like a Luna, but helicopter Prabhupada, he will pick us out and he can put us in any situation which we may not be destined for with this particular setup. But it's possible. Krishna can do anything. That's why Mukam karoti vachalam pangum nandayate giri. Yat kripatamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam. So you see, Somebody who is dumb can speak. He can sing. Somebody who is lame can even climb the mountain. It's possible. When there is a mercy of Guru and Krishna. Therefore, devotee has faith in Lord. So he will, in any situation of his life, he will never compromise in his Krishna consciousness. He will never compromise in his morning program. He will never compromise in his chanting. That duty is fixed. He will do. And he will balance us. He will balance the other duty also. So vertical duty and horizontal duty. So horizontal duty is duty connected to this body. And vertical duty means duty connected to soul. Soul's connection with super soul, supreme Lord. So you see so many examples in the Shastra also. Arjuna, when he was fighting in the battlefield, so his son got killed by Jayadratha. Correct? You all know the story? Then what vow Arjuna took? You all know? Yeah? I will kill this Jayadratha before sunset. Otherwise, I will get into the fire. Now, with all the efforts of Arjuna tried his best, but Jayadratha was hidden somewhere by the Kaurav party. And with his capacity now, from material point of view, like it was becoming impossible to get Jayadratha out. To find out Jayadratha and kill Jayadratha. That is what Krishna does. He changes destiny. Otherwise, if Krishna is not there, then Arjuna has to enter into the fire. But because Arjuna is surrendered to Krishna, Krishna can even change the destiny of Arjuna. So what did he do? He bring Sudarshan Chakra. With Sudarshan Chakra he covered sun. And everybody felt that, oh, sunset happened, sun went. So then Kauravas, they are like, no, making party now. So Hari Bol, now Arjuna has to enter into the fire. Because it was so tough to defeat Arjuna. Now he only chose his death. Very good. So now, please, so then Jayadratha came out now. Jayadratha came out. And they're asking Arjuna, please get into fire. And Arjuna was ready to go into the fire. Because he was a truthful. Devotee is like that. So he was ready to enter also. Well, I gave the word, now I have to go. And then what Krishna does? He removes the Sudarshan Chakra and he says, Arjuna, kill him! Kill the Jayadratha! And immediately he takes the arrow and shoots. And everybody was in shock. Hey, what happened? Suddenly from where sun came? It was all arrangement of the Lord. For devotee, Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subramanya ki Jai, Jai Prabhupada ki Jai. So, the material destiny can be changed. This is one example. Like that, there can be so many stories we see how Krishna always helps his devotees. Like you see, Krishna, like you read Krishna book, Krishna pastime. So Krishna even bought his guru's son from Yamaloka. And he asked for Guru Dakshina. Then from Yamaloka he brought, which is not possible. Ordinarily it is not possible. But the destiny was changed. Krishna can do that. Krishna can do anything. Everything is under the control of Krishna. Therefore, when you surrender to Krishna, then Krishna can do any miracle. So therefore, many times, many people, they go to astrology and they try to see something about what will happen to me in the future. Many people who are suffering, they go, beside the street, there are so many people will be sitting. I will tell you your future. Like that, there are so many things are there, and people want to know their future. And sometimes they become fearful also. What will happen to me in my future? Are my grahas, all nakshatras and everything, different things, are they properly aligned, or some problem is going to come? But I will tell you, all that astrology is okay. That is all Vedic only. But that will not predict your future. It can give you only some warning that it may happen like this. So take precaution. Like for example, when you are traveling in the road, when you are traveling in the road, so then there will be signal. So red means you should stop. But if you don't care for that signal, then you simply go, then accident will happen. So that red light is only giving you warning to stop. Similarly, these astrological things may give you some kind of warning, but cannot exactly predict what will happen ahead. But whatever may be the case, whatever may be our astrology, he said that if we surrender to Krishna, all the grahas comes under the control of Krishna. He can change your future also. That astrology person, he might have predicted something for you. You become devotee, you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Srila Prabhupada says in Mangal Aarti, when we are singing, so when we are singing Samsara Dava Nalalira Loka Pranaya Taranya Naganatva. When you're singing Kirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when you're singing, all these lines they will change. Now you are directly under the control of Krishna. So all that bad effects, negativities, everything will go away. That's the characteristic of bhakti, kleshagni. So therefore one should have full faith in Krishna, surrender to Krishna, as we mentioned initially. Yes, sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Ham tvam sarva papebhyo. Arey, all that whatever you have committed, knowingly, unknowingly, everything will be taken. Everything will be burnt out. Provided from now onwards you take my shelter only. And now you don't do any sinful action. Now onwards you stop. And he is ready to forgive everything. Then all the previous past sins are gone. So then your future will change. That is possible by spiritual means only. Material means it is not possible. But you take shelter of Krishna, your material destiny can also be changed. Yes. So this is what we discussed. Yeah. This is what we discussed. Okay, can you read it?
Krishna can, only Krishna can change our destiny. Push the Krishna. So then we can't say that the Vedic system or Sanatana Dharma is fatalistic.
Fatalistic.
When actually is given for proof. Srila Prabhupada, certainly spiritual progress. As for the question for fatalistic, I have often given this example. Let us say a man is condemned by a court of law to be hanged. Nobody can check it. Even the same judge who gave the verdict cannot check it. But if the man begs for the mercy of the king can change the execution. He can go totally above the law. Therefore, the Brahma Samhita says, Karmani iddahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Destiny can be changed by Krishna for his devotees. Other, it is not possible. Therefore, our only business should be to surrender to Krishna. And if you artificially want to be more happy by economic development, that is not possible.
That is not possible. See, Prabhupada in so many places is again and again clarifying this statement. If somebody has got death sentence, he can directly put a petition to the President of India. And if President of India wants, that can be removed also. That is a law which is there. Similarly, we don't have to take shelter of anything here and there in between. Directly we can go to Krishna. For anything we can approach Krishna and pray to Krishna. Krishna is there. Krishna can change anything. Yes. The real progress versus religious progress. These are last few 2-3 slides. And till the time the Bhoga offering is happening. If there are any questions, we will take questions also. Yes, quickly read it out. Yeah, someone come here loudly.
Real progress versus illusory progress. Real progress. God is running here and there on four legs, and you are running on your wheels. That progress. Basic system is this. The human being has a certain amount of energy. Better energy, lesser energy, better consciousness. And that energy is to be utilized for future advancement. The whole basic system is meant for the future advancement.
Yeah, global is let's say anyways, like material progress is to some extent it is already placed. Then why you put so much energy in that? Better you save that energy and utilize it for spiritual progress. That is what is the purpose of the human form of life. Because next life, what will come with us is what spiritual progress we made. That is only going to remain with us. Material progress, again, we have to start from zero. Spiritual progress, if you do 40%, next life, we start from that point. Then we'll become 41, 42, 43. Therefore, don't forget about spiritual duties. Yes. These are the words we recited. The Krishna consciousness helps us in both ways. Face our destiny better and improve our future destiny. Both ways. So whatever destiny, sometimes even problems will also come. But if you are anchored at the lotus feet of the Lord, we can tolerate the big storm that may come in our life, which may be like looking like unfavorable thing. Lord will provide that strength. Second thing, it can even improve our future destiny. That's possible. Okay. Great. This is very nice, beautiful prayer. So whenever we go to, so connected to this topic, so when we go to Radha Madhav, Jagannath Baldev, Subhadra Maya, you can pray this. Okay, let us now pray. Hold your hands and we'll pray this wonderful prayers. Because prayers go up and blessings come down. Okay. Oh Lord, give me the courage to change the things which can and how to be changed. The serenity to accept the things which cannot be changed. And the wisdom to know the difference. How many of you understood this prayer? Yes, Prabhu. Would you like to tell? Correct. There are some things which we can change, some things we cannot change. So that which we can change, Lord can give me strength to change. And that which I cannot change, Lord can give me understanding, that level of tolerance, the peace of mind to accept it happily. This will not change. I should accept that. Everything I cannot change. Correct? What is happening in the outside world? Hmm? How the politicians are behaving and how the corruption is happening. Now, at that level, can you have any influence sitting here? Whatever is happening, weather. Do you have any control to this weather? Can you change? No. Accept it now. Something which is not in our control, accept it. Something which I can change, Lord can give me the strength to change. And wisdom to know difference between the two. What is changeable and what is not changeable. Wonderful prayer, no? So then we'll be very peaceful and we'll be very, very happy. So things to be changed, our bad habits. That is in our hand. Correct or not? To remove bad habits from our life is in our hand. It's possible. Therefore, we can pray to Krishna. Krishna, please give me strength. I don't want all these things. But because of my past conditioning, it is there in me. But I don't want it. Give me strength so that I can overcome it. Correct? Like that. And what cannot be changed? So many things which cannot be changed. Let me endure those things. Like that. Something painful happens in one's life. So one should depend on Krishna. Just like Pandavas, they always depended on Krishna. And Krishna was there to protect. You all know that Akshay Patra story? So if you don't know, you ask your mentors, will tell. So Durvasa Muni came. Pandavas there in trouble. But they always depended on Krishna. And Krishna came and protected them. Like that. Krishna is there. Have faith in Krishna, depend on Krishna, pray for Krishna. So yeah, the world we live in is simply a drama stage. You originally belong to spiritual world. Remember this fact and be aware that we have to reap the fruits of every action. Therefore, give up bad habits and prepare yourself to return back to your original home, the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions? Clarification?
Why? All about art.
See, it's not that all those who are successful people they worked hard. Because what happens is that is promoted, no, that theory. So those examples become more famous. But now there are so many people who are born directly in the millionaire family. Who's talking about them? So many millionaires are there, and their children are born in their family. Nobody's talking about them. So therefore, we don't know. Actually, majority of the cases are like that one. There are few cases who worked hard and became successful. And if the hard work is the only way by which we can, then the laborers are working more hard, isn't it? Then they should become rich, no? Why they are not becoming rich? Whole life they are working hard. Because the destiny is not favoring them. It's not into that destiny. So therefore, hard work is not the. Yeah, we should do hard work also. It's not that we are against hard work, but you say that hard work I will achieve only. It's in my control. The result is in my control only. Then that is wrong. Okay, you do your part, and then the leave result on Lord. Because result, see, I am only one factor. Bhagavad Gita says 5 factors will determine the result. So body, the field where you are acting, working, then the soul, senses, then kala, time, as well as Daiva, Supreme Lord. When all these things are in line, then only the result will come for that action. Otherwise, it will not happen. See, I may have a body, I want to lift Kartal. Unless hand is there, I cannot lift Kartal, correct? Even if hand is there, but the body is in paralysis state, can I lift? It's not possible. Like that. So there are different factors are there. So Bhagavad Gita says, our role out of that five is one, our endeavor, yes, effort. Yeah, effort is also one, yeah. Out of five, one is endeavor. I'm not exactly, endeavor, body, senses, Kala and Daiva. These are the 5 factors which are affecting the result for any activity. Ours is only 20% effort. Remaining 80% is going to depend on so many other factors which are there. So I can do hard work, that is my part, okay. But then Daiva has to support. Time has to come also. See, like for example, I sow the seed now. Tomorrow I cannot expect the mango tree. I have to wait. Wait for at least 3-4 years, correct? Mango? To get fruit, 4 years, 4 years or so you have to wait. So even if you have put the effort, for the result to come, again, the time has to be proper. That time it will come. Like that. Okay? Hmm.
Then he got the idea. Then it became ideas. But some, but
See, our understanding of over endeavor is you will get to know when so there is something called as 4 questions are there. PQ, IQ, EQ, SQ. 4 quadrants. So physical quotient, intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, and spiritual quotient. So when you don't compromise on any of these things, you balance this, then you are making proper effort. So when you compromise, over endeavor means what will happen, either you will compromise on your health, or you will compromise on your relationships, or you will compromise on spiritual life. That is mode of passion. Well, Mode of goodness means balance. So that means when you're, so for that purpose, then what we have, we have something called smart card or sadhana card, which I don't know, for some of you might be knowing, or for the others yet to introduce, we will be introduced. So all the seniors who are there, there is sadhana card, which will help you to monitor properly how we are growing. So are you going in extremes? Are you becoming lazy bum, or you are too much endeavoring? It's a balance. For that, then the sadhana card will help us, whether am I over entering or not. But how we know over entering is happening? We are compromising either on our health, will not eat on time, will not sleep on time, will sleep late or whatever. And then we are compromising on relationships also, and we are compromising spiritually. Either of these things will happen. The chanting will go in the late night, or they will reduce the chanting, or sometimes they will not come for morning programs. So these are different things are there. So then balance. Okay, morning time, Krishna. Daytime, I will put effort. Then whatever I can do within the daytime, I will do that. But sometimes like exams and all. So then there is it is understandable. Like for example, when you drive a cycle or a bicycle, it's not that you simply go straight also. Sometimes you have to lean like this, sometimes you have to lean like this based on the turn where you want to go. So sometimes okay, it may happen like a spiritual life is becoming 30 and your studies are becoming 70 because of the exam. Then the other time when exams are over, then you can try to balance again, increase this spiritual component and studies will go down. But overall, on an average, the balance should be maintained. Okay? Is it clear? In Krishna consciousness under the guidance of mentor. So we have mentor. So whatever they say, according to that we can follow. Then we'll be in proper direction. Okay. Hare Krishna. Uh, so offering is also done, right? Srila Prabhupada ki.